Hi guys, Gary from Screams and Thrills here. So it has come to that time of year again where it is Stokesley Show and Stokesley Street Fair. So we have been given a bit of a tip off that there's rides already started to pull on, even though we were under the impression that the main pull on was going to be a Tuesday, but seemingly some of the more setback rides that's away from the high street have started to pull on today, which is on Sunday the 14th of September. So I'm going to head on over. It's not the most brilliant of weather. It is raining, so with it being a street fair, obviously we are kitted with our high-vis. So we are going to pop on over and see what there is. So let's head on over. So as always with Stokesley Fair, there is road closures going to be in place. And I'll just quickly turn the camera around so you can see what they are. So as you can see here, this is the list of the road closures on the specific dates and what times. So as you can see there, on Tuesday there is a road closure from 5:30 until 10:30 at night. Then on the Wednesday from 5:30 until 11:30, and then the Thursday and the Friday is from 5:30 until midnight, and then on the final day it is from 11:30 in the morning up until 1 AM. That one's a bit of a longer one because obviously that would be the time that they pull down as well, and with it being a high street they've pretty much got to be off site fairly quickly, so it is quite a late one on that one, which we are going to try and come back over and cover most of the pull down. We are going to be coming back over and covering most of the build up as well over the next few days, and we're especially coming over on Tuesday as that is the first road closure, but the fair doesn't open until the Wednesday, so I can imagine that'll be when most of the rides that would encroach onto the road would be pulled on and start to set up. So currently we are coming down North Street, I believe this is called, and straight away we can see that Crows are here with their waltzer. Ryan Crow with his waltzer. Obviously the road at the moment is live, so we've just got to be mindful of where we're walking, hence why we've got a high vis. There is quite a few new rides this year which I will go through. So as you can see, we've got the waltzer from Ryan Crow starting to get set up. So back in its normal position we have Crow's Energy Storm Waltzer. So we have Dane Crow's Exciter in its usual spot next to John Murphy Jr.'s Dodgems. Also returning this year we have the Crazy Bulls as well, which normally is set up along that side, and usually where I'm stood at the moment is usually where Jamie Clark's Disco Twist is. So we will head on over to the other side and see what's started to build up on that side. We have got some new rides over that side, so we'll go and have a look. So on the opposite side of where we have the Odeon Tagada and the Air Raid, so we have the start of the new rides on this side with Matthew's Freefall, or Skyfall as some people call it. So for those people who came last year in Stokesley Fair, they'll recognise that the drop tower is on Alan Crow's spot, where he usually has his Dodgems. I don't think they're attending this year. Next to that we have a set of frogs, which I believe is Turner's, I think. let's have a quick look. No, it's not. That is Joker. That's the Joker set of props. So next to Joker Jumping Smile we have Gallagher's Twister, and then we also have Freeman's Waltzer, and next to Freeman's Waltzer we have Alex Crow with his brand new Psycho. First time we have seen a loop fighter at Stokesley Fair. Normally we have a freak out, so this should go down pretty well, I think. So yeah, come Tuesday all this will be all cleared and you'll start to have rides and side stalls and juvenile rides all set up along here as well. Hopefully it's better weather than what it is today. And as we move on down we can see there's another new addition for this year, which is a reverse bungee. Yeah, we can see here we've got a reverse bungee, which is a first as well for Stokesley. We've never had a reverse bungee here before. Not 100% sure whose bungee this one is at the moment, so if anyone does have any ideas, drop them in the comments below. So down this end we normally have another Dodgems, which is last year was Wilkinson's Dodgems, but I believe they're not coming this year either, as they've got their own fair over at Ingleby Bartwick, which we plan on going over to cover. So wonder what will take their spot. So now we head on down to what I call the quieter end of the fair, which is mainly where all the living accommodation for the gaff lads and lasses are normally set up, and some of the showmen stay here as well, but a lot of them go and stay elsewhere, usually in a local farmer's grounds. But we've got returning the Ice Dragon family coaster. Not too much down this end at the moment. This is the part where we need to be most careful. So down here we've got what looks like a set of, what that is actually. Could be a set of chair swings, or it could be a mini carousel maybe. I'm going to go with chair swings personally. And then down here we have Michael O'Brien returning with his mini Miami and his big wheel. Once I can, I will cross the road and get a better view of them. So yeah, better view of O'Brien's mini Miami and big wheel in their usual spots. And this is usually where the fair ends down here. It's usually around about the last part of the fair. Which I've always thought, I don't know what other people think, but I've always thought it's a bit of an odd place to have a big wheel in between two trees. Yeah, other than that, there's not really much more set up down this area. So we'll have one more wander down since we parked down that end and see what else there is that we may have missed, and catching a few more shots of rides building up. As I said previously, Tuesday is going to be the main day for pull on and build up. That's going to be when most of the rides that encroach onto the high street itself and the parking areas on the high street, that's going to be when most of them rides arrive. To be honest, I've parked where we would normally park, out of the way of the high street. At this moment in time, could quite easily park on the high street. The high street is still fully open, including the parking. None of that comes into effect until Tuesday. So yeah, round here is usually where we have the third set of dodgems. But after speaking to a few people, it doesn't sound like there's going to be any more than John Murphy's dodgems here. Which, to be fair, it's worth it really, because having 3 dodgems on one fare is a little bit of an overkill. So here's a bit more of a closer look at the reverse bungee. You have a guy up there starting to sort out the framework. I think the reverse bungee will go down well. Like I say, it's completely new for this year at Stokesley. Never had a reverse bungee here before. Last year in this spot we had the XXL Miami by Elliot Crow. Whether that is returning this year or not, I'm not 100% sure. I certainly wouldn't like to be that guy up there in this weather. So we're head on back down on the opposite side of the road this time, so we get a bit of a closer look at the rides over this side, because it's mainly this side that has majority of the rides at the moment, because there's a lot of space that can be used. This area, I can imagine, probably come tomorrow we'll probably start filling with rides and side stalls. We normally have, I believe, another Miami round about here, I think. And we normally have some juveniles around here. So it'll be interesting to see whether they make a return. closer look at the Skyfall clock tower. Also from the other side of this road we can see a bit more of a wider shot of Air Raid, Odeon Tagada and Energy Storm Walter, along with Experience Miami, Exciter and John Murphy's Dodgems up at the end there. You can see the top centerpiece of Skyfall. It does look really amazing once it's all lit up. I've never actually seen this ride be set up, so it'll be interesting to see exactly how it's set up. I believe sections are pushed in from underneath. There's the other section of the east centerpiece as well. This does come in on quite a few trucks. So currently we've only got the main body. This is one truck. And we've got a truck here that's got some fencing and that on it. I believe when it was at the Hoppins, I believe I counted around about 4, I think it was, trucks. As we can see, they've moved that trailer out of the way. Mustn't need that section just yet. Well, with the trailer moved out of the way, we can get a clearer view of Skyfall. This beast of a ride is going to tower over Stokesley High Street. So with the current weather situation, I'm going to call that a day for this first build-up vlog of Stokesley Street Fair. We will be back tomorrow to capture a bit more footage and hopefully catch some more new additions to the high street. Hopefully we might see some more new additions to the whole fair itself. Spoke to a few of the showmen and they're all in agreement that it's nice to see new attractions coming to the fair, so it's not the same rides over and over again each year, and it'll do good for the fair to have different attractions and also to not really have the same repeating attractions within the fair, i.e. 3 sets of dodgems. So yeah, for now this has been day 1 of the build-up at Stokesley Fair. Look out for our day 2 vlog tomorrow, and as always, if you've liked this video and you like the content that we create, like, comment anything that you may have and share with your friends.